Welcome to Opinion. Sorry. Hold on. The Pop-Tart got to my brain. Let me start again. Welcome to Opinion Havers, a movie podcast for people who make with the golf sticks. I'm Cody.
And I'm Tyler.
Tyler, what did we watch?
We watched Sunset Boulevard.
Yes, Sunset Boulevard.
Boulevard. How do you abbreviate Boulevard?
Boulevard.
Exactly.
Take out every vowel. Oh, what's happening? What is this?
Cody, you talk a lot about these wild berry Pop-Tarts.
Okay, you have one, I see.
I have it.
The thing is, hold on. Here's what I want you to do. Look at the box. Look at the box. See how beautiful that looks? It looks like the... Now look at what you're holding.
Okay, hold on.
It looks so much worse. I've never seen a wild.
I remember this being a raised
Oh yeah, no.
swizzle when we were...
Me too. But also, it's so bad.
It's part of it. It's like cut into...
It looks like 6-year-old me drew a picture of a wild berry Pop-Tart and that's what you're eating. It does not look right. It looks sickly. How is it?
Cody, I'm gonna...
No, can you do me a favor? This is gonna be hard to do. Can you break me a piece?
I mean, I gotta...
All right, yeah.
I'm just gonna...
That was easy. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, Cody, what flavor did I just have you try?
Beach cobbler.
Yeah. Now I want
It sounded stupid.
I want you to eat this Pop-Tart and look me in the eye and seriously tell me this is better than that peach cobbler one.
It's better.
How dare this tastes like a bad, great
The
Pop-Tart.
color scheme is perfect. I'll say that much.
The color scheme, which looks like a McDonald's cup from the 90s.
It's like what I wish grapes tasted like. That's what this tastes like.
Some might say it's everything but grapes. It's strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries.
Mm-hmm. I don't like blueberry Pop-Tarts very much. It elevates the blueberry.
I don't like blueberry. Okay.
I don't know. It just tastes like the 90s. The same way the Mountain Dew Code Red just tastes like the 90s.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to scan through the ingredients here. I'm going to tell you all the fruit I find. On the box, you see a strawberry, you see a raspberry, you see a blueberry.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll go to the ingredients. All right. Let me scan through these real quick. We got pears, apples, strawberries, natural wild berry flavor.
Yes, I love it. Natural wild berry flavor.
And that's it. So this is a pear, apple. What was the other one?
Natural
Strawberry.
wild berry.
If they're growing them and harvesting their flavors, doesn't that make them not wild berries? It's kind of like when people buy wildflower seeds.
I think it's more about their attitude. Look, you look at those colors on the box. You're telling me they're wild? They are.
I
want to be honest. I was worried that it was not going to taste as good as I remembered.
It does not taste.
Nope, it lived exactly up to the hype.
They taste bad. It tastes like they've gone bad. You know?
I just feel bad for your childhood now.
I liked it when I was a kid, but I preferred like strawberry pop. Can I tell you? You saw this. I got on accident. I pretended like it was on purpose. On accident, though, I got the unfrosted Pop-Tarts back in the day.
Yeah.
Those are the best Pop-Tarts ever.
I mean, I do like Pop-Tart crust. I think as a kid, you like all crust is gross, so I hate the Pop-Tart crust. I always liked it, but I think I see how it could be good.
It's like they put just more filling.
The idea of it just makes me sad, but in practice, maybe I will be wrong.
They look sad. Also, I got cherry off-brand, name-brand Pop-Tarts. Did a taste test, me and my wife. I mean, the store brand is better. It's always better. They taste better, but the Pop-Tarts look better.
Yeah.
but the store brand tastes better. Welcome to the Pop-Tart Havers.
Here's what I'm getting from this. You don't have that much to say about this movie.
I got so much
You
to
wanted
say.
some filler.
I got so much to say about this movie. Cody, you don't understand how excited I've been about these Pop-Tarts that I bought on like Monday. So excited about these Pop-Tarts.
Okay. Have you... I mean, I don't want to move off Pop-Tarts until you're good and ready.
I'm ready. You know, it's fine.
Tyler, do you want to sum up for us what Sunset Boulevard is about?
I absolutely do, Cody. Sunset Boulevard is the story of it's a struggling writer. It meets, a struggling writer meets a fading star. And there's some romance, there's some manipulation, there's some possible murder, and there's some love, and there's some accents.
Yeah.
And it's one of those movies that a lot of other movies, it's like one of the origin movies where it originated a lot of tropes going forward.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The main one being the guy that's like dead in the pool, and he's like, well, that's me.
Okay.
Let's go back.
Right.
And I'm like,
About that.
tell me.
Does he say that's me at the beginning? Or is he just like, oh, this poor sucker died, but then it's him? Because I've heard that's a big part of like what makes the movie compelling, but I didn't connect the two right away. So I feel like
you didn't?
I missed an element of like halfway through I realized like, oh, that has to have been him. But also I don't know that still.
Yeah, I think it's a big he must, because that's like the whole storytelling is like, we'll start at the end. I'm dead. Let me tell you how we get there.
Right. But
6 months
I seem
back.
to remember at the beginning, he's like, oh, this poor sucker died or whatever. And then he starts kind of telling his story of what he's up to. But it didn't seem like the narrator knew that was him that had died, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just wanted to know when Gaius Baltar showed up. Because we all know of the American Dad version of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me take it. Steve from American Dad. He's a writer. He's doing stuff. Gaius Baltar is going to play him in a movie. Then they shoot Gaius Baltar and leave him in a pool filled with Jello. And it's this movie.
Oh, but with Jello pool.
Yeah, but with a Jello pool. And
Well, that's
it's not
fun.
it's not the same guy in the pool did.
I mean, I like the addition of the Jello pool.
Yeah.
So maybe it's better?
Some might say that. There's an alien that does the murdering.
Oh, that gray alien guy?
Yeah.
I've not seen one episode of American Dad.
It's like Family Guy, but a little bit better or a little bit worse. Kind of depends.
So how'd the movie go for you?
I liked it more than I thought. Tiffany loved it. She was all about it.
Yeah.
She wants to be what's her face.
Norm.
And I said, that's going to be you when you're older.
Norma Desmond
Yeah.
or Gloria Swanson, who's the actress playing Norma Desmond. Here's the thing. I did like the movie. I didn't like it as much as I wanted to.
Because you wanted to be a real snob about it and be like, best movie.
I wanted it. That's what I wanted. I bought a new saddle. I got my new boots with my stirrups, and I won it and my chaps, and I was ready to get on my high horse. And instead, my saddle is a hanging in the barn, and I did not mount the high horse. I got on my miniature horse. I mounted just my smaller horse. I did like it. That's what I'm saying. But I didn't blow my mind. But I could definitely see, like you said, so much of what this movie has influenced culture since then. And this was 70 years ago. So, yeah, I could picture if I grew up in the 30s and 40s seeing this movie and be like, wow, that blew my mind. I want to get into film,
Yeah.
And instead, I see it 70 years later. I'm like, oh, I bet that had a big impact. And I can see where a lot of culture is borrowed from it.
Yeah.
And, just taking shape because of it.
Here's my question. When was it set?
1950.
It came out in 50. because they.
I think it was set like in modern day. I don't think it was supposed to be a back or forward at all.
Okay.
My understanding.
My reason for the question was their punch. Somebody said I found the recipe for the punch. It's grape juice, and they described it the way that like doctors would sell cough medicine and be like during Prohibition and be like, do not do this, 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 and this, and basically give instructions of how to turn it into
So
wine.
you thought it might have been probation era?
Yeah, Prohibition.
Yeah. Prohibition era.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that because they were like, yeah, you take the grape juice and you melt the cough drops in it and do all that. And I'm like, that sounds like Prohibition alcohol.
Yeah.
Where they're like, don't put these cough drops in grape juice and let sit in the fridge for 6 months. Don't do it. And you're like, got it. I love those little packages, which is instructions of how to make alcohol.
Yeah. No, I think it was set because that seemed like the right time-ish, you know?
Yeah.
She had her car that was like obviously like a 20s, 30s era car.
It was 1929 because when I was trying to chase down the time period, that's why I think you're right.
And that car was it was a relic because they were going to use it for a different movie that they were shooting. So I do think it was set late 40s, not.
Gets 10 gallons to the mile. Oh, yeah.
So, all right. So that's how I felt. That's how you felt. Is there anything else you need to say before we really get into the details?
Did you watch it with Bailey?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I think she enjoyed it. I think she enjoyed like the mystery or suspense kind of it, of like, oh, how's this going to go? I think she really enjoyed the kiss that happens because that's always her favorite part.
Mm-hmm.
We did rewind it to watch the kiss a second time. I'm ashamed to say.
You should be ashamed.
She liked it. I mean, she also, I don't think loved it, but she did enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
Okay. And man, let's get into it. Hop in the jalopy, Cody. Let's boogie on down Sunset Boulevard. You know, the classic song.
Boogie on down to Sunset Boulevard?
Yeah.
How does that one go?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's your job.
It's copyrighted. We probably
I
shouldn't sing it. All right.
Yeah. We'll get flagged on Mastodon.
So here's the thing. This movie starts out, and like any good thriller, suspenseful kind of movie in this era, the score is doing way too much at the start. That was my very first note. Franz Waxman, who is the composer, needs to take it easy. Like, I was getting anxiety where nothing had even happened in the movie yet. I'm like, I can't do it. You gotta slow down.
Yeah.
I'm about to have a panic attack on my couch.
But what do you think that's why Eraserhead had no score? Remember when it started and we thought your speakers weren't working?
Well, no. Are you thinking Elephant Man?
No.
Eraserhead we saw in theaters.
Oh yeah, and we were like we were both confused of
right.
There's nothing.
Yeah. No, you're right. Oh, I did not expect the air conditioning to turn off. All right, here we go.
Yeah, it's off.
I don't know. Did you pay attention to that music? Did it throw you off? Like, I know the purpose of it was to be suspenseful, but it was like trying too hard, and it was all that was happening in my brain.
You know, I think if you just had the right setup, Cody, like a real fully decked out home theater system with like a Dolby Atmos equipped.
I mean, if you don't have Atmos, can you
audio.
even appreciate the cinema sounds of the 50s?
Never. You know?
You're saying I got to upgrade.
I'm saying you got to upgrade.
I got to get this thing. I got to get a reel of this on film.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Really go all the way back.
Yeah.
I got to hire a dude to play the organ and give me a soundtrack to the movie.
Exactly.
Whatever happened to those guys? I saw a guy do that. If you go to Catalina Island, their big like entertainment building called the Casino, and they have a dude who still like plays the organ along with the movie. He can do it.
Wow.
What's he doing? He's probably dead now. That was 15 years ago.
He's out playing the Catalina wine mixer every year. All right.
Yeah. Well, so that it does start, and it shows the dude floating in the pool. It's an amazing shot because they have the camera is like in the pool with him, you're looking up at the body, and then you can see the cops behind him, like taking pictures and fishing out the body.
Oh yeah.
Which is really cool. Fun fact about that shot: you can't shoot with an underwater camera and see outside of the water. So they had to figure out like a rig to get it to work. They did a bunch of testing. Finally, they figured out, oh, we can have a water tank, put a mirror under the water tank, and shoot the camera at the mirror, and the mirror can reflect everything, and the camera can capture it. So that's how they had to get that shot.
Nice.
Really cool. They talk about the murder. They call it a homicide, which just instead of a homicide. I feel like homicide should be reserved for like a gay serial killer, you know? There's been a homicide.
Well, they also call it a garage, which I picked up on.
I wrote that note. It made me so like, I wrote gay Raj. I love her. She's amazing. Put it in the garage. Like, yes.
Tiffany said something about, I made a joke about when Max and what's his face? John? Is it John? Is that his name? Max and what's his face were having a tense moment, and I did my classic. You know what I said? I said, say it with me. And then they start making out. Tiffany's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, they did call it the garage. So they're there together. It's dark.
You got your gay wiggles and you got to get them out. You go to the garage.
Garage. It's like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
it was good.
Man.
It was a good time.
Here's the other thing about this movie. It is all shop talk and pop culture references. It's just movie people talking about movie stuff, and they're like, I don't care if the audience doesn't want to hear us talk about the politics and like technical aspects of making a movie picture. We're doing it. And I did greatly respect it for that. And it's just another one of those cases where it's like, oh, Hollywood made a movie about Hollywood, and Hollywood is horny for it. They're like all about it.
What did they even? Here's my question. I've been thinking about this.
Yeah.
Did Hail Caesar get good reviews?
It was one of those. I think it was like a moderate audience score, but like, and a moderate. I think it was like moderate on both. I don't think it was super high, but not super low. Let me check.
Okay. Because I know it's like Hollywood loves movies about Hollywood. That's why like La La Land did really well.
Yeah.
That's why Once Upon a Time in Hollywood did really well.
Right.
And I'm like, is Hail Caesar the only one that didn't do really well?
Tomato meter is 85% for Hail Caesar. Audience score is 44.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought they
That's
liked
an interesting one because it's very much the Coen brothers. It's like every second or third movie of theirs is like widespread. People love it, like broad audience.
Yeah.
But then the other ones are like very niche, where it's like, no, you have to be a Coen brothers fan, or you might not really appreciate this movie.
I had somebody, maybe it was you, Cody, describe the code. They were going through Coen Brothers movies, and they're like, no, it was a different podcast I was listening to, and they were like, Coen Brothers movies, yeah, except for this one, and they mentioned one. What's one of the real popular movies?
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? Big Lebowski?
Big Lebowski. They were like, with the exception of like Big Lebowski, they're all real dark and dreary or something like that. They have like a super dark, gritty sense of humor. And I was like, really? This hotel, the Grand Budapest Hotel, really dark and...
No, that's that's Anderson.
Oh, that's Anderson. Sorry.
That's Peter Anderson.
But I was like...
But I wouldn't agree with that either, just because they have R-rated movies, they have family movies. Sometimes they're humorous morbid, but sometimes it's just silly.
Yeah. So I
wouldn't
was
say they're
the
all
ones.
Dark. I'd say they have some that are kind of dark comedies, but
why did I randomly put? Because I was going through a bunch of the other movies, and then why did I randomly think that was a Coen Brothers movie?
I mean, I would say
they're the same.
They're like cousins with Paul W. Anderson. Or wait, all right. Paul W.S. Anderson is the Mortal Kombat guy, right? Or is that the Resident Evil guy? And there's Paul Anderson, and there's Paul Thomas Anderson. Wes Anderson, got it. Okay.
Wes Anderson.
We're talking about Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
The guild. Here's the thing about the Screen Actors Guild: they're not doing their job. There are too many Anderson directors. They need to get one of them to change the name. Andreasen. Anderson. To change it up.
You know, W.S. Anderson is getting all kinds of jobs. People thinking that he is.
Yeah.
He's the good
That's
one.
like, what's his name? In 30 Rock, they've got like a crazy libertarian candidate he's backing because of one specific issue. And his name is Steve Austin. And he's like, no, I want to keep my name, because sometimes blind people won't know that I'm not the famous wrestler, and I want to get those votes. Like, okay, there you go. And if you're blind, I am the wrestler Steve Austin. Like, okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, it's all shop talk. It's Hollywood horny. It's great. I mean, I appreciate it, but I can imagine someone who like doesn't care about like the inside Hollywood stuff being like, why are we watching this? This is not. I mean, I admire when a movie is not afraid to take those swings. It's like, no, I like it. I don't care if you like it.
When I looked up this movie, because you were like, oh, we did the thing, we divined the film, and it said Sunset Boulevard, and you were like, what movie? And I was like, this is not a good start, because like I think about like if any movie came up on my list for the Tyler's trash, and you're like, it's this, I'd be like, oh sweet, and then the first one came up on yours, you're like, what is that?
Oh yeah, I mean,
I was like, oh no.
We went deep into my watch list of movies where I'm like, oh, that's one I should watch, or oh, that sounds interesting. Of like, I mean, because I've read through probably like 20 different best 100 movies of all time, or best 50 screenplays, or best movies of the century, and that's where my like IMDb watch list comes from, and that's like most of those movies. So like 20% of the movies on that list I've seen and I adore them, and they're some of my favorites, and then the rest are ones where it's like I gotta watch one of these one day. But they're all supposed to be very good.
Yeah.
So deal with it.
But I looked it up.
You deal with it.
Because I was expecting, I don't know why this movie came into my head, but I was expecting something like a Coen Brothers movie. Like I don't know, just something like that.
David Lynch or a Coen Brothers or a
and then
Wes Anderson.
I like pull it up and I'm like, it's not this one. It's in 1950, and I was reading it and I was like, it's definitely this one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. So how did you watch this movie, Cody?
How did I watch it?
Yeah.
Paramount Plus?
Okay, I was wondering if because I thought you said like something other than Paramount Plus when you were like, I think it's on this.
No, I said Paramount.
Because it's Paramount.
It's on Paramount Plus because it's a Paramount movie.
Paramount
and even when they made it too, they were like, do you want us to use like a different studio name? Paramount's like, I don't even care. Just do it. We're Paramount. And you're making a movie about Paramount, making a movie about Paramount. So you do it. And then it was like great press for Paramount. And here we are 70 years later. It's on their app. 70 years ago, some executive at Paramount was like, one day we're going to have an app. We need some content for it. And if we just slather our name all over this movie, it'll be ours forever.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Paramount having the same logo for over 70 years. Not even Coca-Cola has that much cojones, Cody. They changed it a little bit.
Cocajones.
Yeah. Pepsi, they're all over the place. You can't trust Pepsi. That's what I've learned. All right.
Yeah.
You can trust Paramount because they got the same logo.
Uh-huh.
They got bought Viacom, same logo.
Yeah.
CBS got absorbed, same logo.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, you guys can all stuff it. Paramount's the best. Oh, squinting?
I don't know. I can't read.
Tell me about it.
All right. So the plot of the movie is the writer, his name's probably Jack or something. Yeah, he's a writer.
It's Joe.
His name's Joe, obviously. And he's writing movies, and he's in a slump. None of his movies are that great. He's not a super hot writer. And he's doing it. He's in trouble. He owes money on his car. It's about to get repoed. He's trying to dodge the dudes. He's trying to sell scripts. He tries to hide his car at this old abandoned house. It is not abandoned. Norma Desmond lives there.
Yeah.
He's a very creepy butler. And
Max.
His name is Max.
He's the best.
Max is like, if Max didn't exist, this Joe would not be dead. That's
true.
Where I'm at. So Joe hooks up with Norma Desmond. He goes in just to be like, hey, why did he go in there? He hit his car.
Because she was like,
oh, she was expecting someone.
Finally, you're here.
And
Max is like, get in here or I will eat your soul.
Expecting a monkey coffin man to come and make a monkey coffin for her dead monkey. By the way, I was not buying that monkey was real. Okay.
That
was a fake monkey.
That monkey needs to go in some kind of
haunted house.
It needs to be in a list with the thing from Eraserhead. You know?
Yeah.
That's what it needs to be.
Just like old timey movie nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember when that thing got real big in Eraserhead? It was gigantic for like a second.
Yeah.
I nearly peed myself. That happened so suddenly.
Yeah.
Anyway, about this movie, the monkey was creepy looking, and that dude showed up, and they were being real creepy about it.
About the monkey funeral, someone asked the director about it, and like, how are we gonna shoot this? He's like, just shoot it like like a normal monkey funeral thing. Like, yeah. I love it.
Just shoot it like
He's
a normal
very
monkey.
self-aware. I appreciate that. He's a cool dude. This guy he has some really great credits. Billy Wilder is the director. He has some really good credits. I wrote them down just for you, just so you can have them and see them. The Apartment, Some Like It Hot, Sabrina, some classics from the 50s. So, and a lot of ones that have won Academy Awards. So he's done some comedies. He knows what it's about. He knows what it's like.
Oh, yeah.
I like that about him. Oh, man, I just don't even... Norma Desmond has an incredible home. It's funny because when you go to the house, it is like half abandoned, but it's this amazing Hollywood mansion. It belonged to the Getty family, actually.
Oh.
Of, PJ Getty. We all know him. PJ? Not PJ. John Paul. JP Getty. JP Getty from the movie. You know that movie with Mark Wahlberg? And the old guy? And his son gets ransomed. And it was the one that has Kevin Spacey in it, but then Kevin Spacey was a problem, so then they reshot all of his scenes with Christopher Plummer. What's that movie called? Anyway, J.P. Getty was an oil baron and a miser. And that belonged to him. The house belonged to him or his family. And what else was I saying about that? You can go to the Getty Museum now, and it's free because that dude died. And his like daughter-in-law or granddaughter-in-law was like, I'm going to spend your money on good things now. Okay.
Yeah.
They shot it at the house, and they were like, you can shoot it here, but you have to build us a pool. They didn't need a pool. They didn't have a pool. They needed a pool for the movie. They're like, can we build a pool here? And they're like, yes, you can build a pool for us. That's all. I think that's all they had to pay to shoot there. Anyway.
Nice.
So it was a crazy rich person's mansion already. Norma Desmond lives there. Here's what I thought was going to happen. I thought it was going to be like, I'm rich. I have all these fans. That's what she's saying. But then I was like, she's actually going to be like really poor because the house is not well kept. She has one servant.
Yeah.
For a mansion that big, obviously she would have like an on-site maid. She would have a driver, whatever.
Right.
She just has the one dude. She actually does have money. I was very surprised by that.
Twist,
I was like,
the biggest twist in the whole thing.
Yeah. For me, it was for sure. I was like, oh, she isn't poor. She's like, oh, I've got oil. I've got land. I've got money. I've got, all the assets. I'm diversified.
It seems like the reason she has money is because of Max.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's done all that stuff. Like, all right, we're going to take this money and we're going to buy some oil fields.
Right.
We're going to buy some land. We're going to make sure you're still rich
when
nobody cares.
Oh, yeah.
Back when they're making $1,800 a week with no tax. She has $1 million.
Oh, yeah. $1 million in 1949 money.
Could you imagine making $1,800 a week?
It's inconceivable. I mean, I would be out here. I'd sleep on a pile of doubloons like a dragon. That's where I would be.
That's roughly double what we make. Did the math real quick. Almost twice our salary.
All this is to say, she has a Viking boat bed. And it blew my mind, and it made me rethink like what I'd spend my money on. I was like, I can have that. I can have a bed where the frame is just a Viking boat.
Yeah. And
I sleep in it, and there's a mattress.
And everything around it can be satin.
It's like a grown, boys have race car beds. Men have Viking boat beds.
Yeah.
I must find this bed. If you know where it is, you tweet me at Opinion Havers and you name your price.
Yeah.
I'll take out a loan. I need it.
Cody,
my only problem with the Viking bed is that it's like a full-size mattress. I'm like, your Viking boat can't fit a queen or a king?
Cody, look, you're getting that Viking boat bed. You and Bailey got different bedrooms. She's not sleeping in that bed with you. You've moved on to another phase of life.
All right, here's what I have. I have a compromise.
Okay.
We can both sleep in the Viking boat bed. Except now it's a Viking boat bunk bed. Boom. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm not the one sleeping. I don't know if she'd be about it.
Top bunk, called it.
Bottom bunk's just a drawer, like one of those. What
Like
are they called?
IKEA? Storage bed? Credenza. Catamaran.
None of the things you're saying.
That was close though.
Maybe. Yeah, it's like one of those. It's like when you had your little kid, you got a drawer bed in the bed, and then you bust out the drawer bed.
Oh, trundle bed.
Trundle bed.
Yeah.
And then every so often, you close that drawer with the kid in it, and it's a fun time for everybody.
A friend of mine had a bunk bed, trundle bed. So he had 3 beds rocking in his bed, up to 3 beds in his bedroom.
That's the height of luxury as a child.
Oh yeah, it is. You could have 2 friends over for a sleepover, and you each get a bed.
Yeah. I just had a big bed. I just had like a queen size mattress.
You had a big bed. I didn't have a queen mattress until I was a grown man on my own, graduated from college with a big boy job.
I didn't have a twin size bed until I was a grown man going to college.
Wow. And look, here we are.
Here we are. You have
Our
a
paths have
queen size
crossed.
bed.
Oh yeah.
And I got a queen size bed.
Mm-hmm. Here's what we need to do.
Did your bed come in a box?
No. My old one did. My last bed did, not my current bed. Don't look down on me. Don't look down on me. I don't think you're not better than me.
Mine came in a box. I had to inflate my bed.
I don't understand.
Look, if you had the Viking boat bed, you would understand. But you don't.
I will.
Will you?
Yeah.
When you're old crazy lady?
Yeah. No, seriously, the first 10 minutes of Norma Desmond, I was like, babe, this would be you. If I died and you were left with a bunch of money, this would be exactly who you were.
How would she respond? Because Tiffany did not respond well to me saying that.
She was very flattered.
Oh,
this
Tiffany
is also
was offended.
before she, went super crazy.
Oh.
This is when she was just eccentric.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't rule out the crazy thing either. So here's the thing about the fan mail.
Okay.
She gets letters every day from her fans and she signs pictures and sends it to them. I called the twist. I don't know if you knew it. Did you know it?
I thought that they were going to be letters that she had already responded to, and he was just giving them to her again or something like that.
Which might be what he was doing. But the thing is, Max was writing the letters and sending to her.
Yeah.
I called it. I was like, Max writes all those. I was right. I did a very good job.
Talk about the twist of the century really was when Max was like, I'm the one that discovered her. And he's like, you discovered her? He's like, yeah, there was 3 directors doing stuff back then, and I was the best one. And I was like, you know what? I feel bad. I found this girl. Now her life's ruined. I'm going to make sure she's good.
Well, no, that wasn't even the big twist. Twist.
He was
the first husband.
Yeah.
He was the big director that discovered her. He was her first husband. He lost both of those jobs over the years, and now he is.
Well, no, he said he's like, I gave them up. He's like, I could have gone back.
I just don't understand. Max is whipped beyond all belief. You get divorced, and you're like, I will be your stay-at-home husband still, just as a butler.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He loves her, but he was not pretty enough for her. He killed the other 2 husbands. That's what you need to know.
Yeah.
Was the monkey the 3rd husband?
Who was the 2nd husband then? That's what I want to know.
James Bond. Wow.
Oh, Ian Fleming.
Yes.
So, yeah. So the whole thing is Norma Desmond is crazy. She's like, I've been writing a picture. I've been writing a movie picture and whatever. Joe is a writer, so she hires Joe to put it as a screenplay, to type it all up and do all the things.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is a crazy person's writings, but I like the money. So he sticks around. Here's the thing. I couldn't do it. I could spend, if I were him, I would last a weekend. 2 days, 2.5 days tops. And then I'd be like, I can't. I don't care how much you're going to pay me, how much money you're going to give me. I can't be in the company of just like a crazy person. I need my freedom. You could bring me the finest foods, the finest ale, the finest mead, caviar, elephant hooves, and I couldn't do it. I'd be like, this party sucks. I'm going home. What? Could you be bought?
Well, what if I also add on to your scenario a crazy German butler that looks like he'll murder you if you try to leave?
I think I would last a day and a half. Friday night and a Saturday, I'd be gone by Sunday morning.
But you did get the room above the garage.
I forgot about the garage. All right, I'm back in. You got me with the garage. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The way Max acted, I'm almost like, did Max pop this guy's tire somehow? Like, did he go out there and throw nails on the road just to get somebody to pull in there?
Yeah.
Because I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess Joe was in a desperate situation. Like, he owed people money.
But so Max almost acts like he's like, yeah, you did pull into this house is part of my plan. And right. I'm like, at the beginning of the movie, I'm like, Max couldn't have done that. And by the end of the movie, I'm like, Max planned all of this.
Yeah.
From the first moment Joe was born until now.
I really wouldn't put anything past Max. You're right.
Max is a super villain that has devoted his life to maintaining the facade that one person is still still wealthy and famous. And everything. She's still wealthy, but still famous.
Right. So we got Joe. He's in this rough spot. He leaves New Year's Eve, goes to a party with normal people in his tuxedo and his camel hair coat.
Mm-hmm. Or did he get the nicer one?
No, he stayed with the camel hair.
While the lady's paying, that guy was too close to his face.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was begging to go into the garage. He was ready.
I'd be like...
He had some wiggles.
I'd be like, back up, Jack.
Uh-huh.
I could feel the moisture from your breath on my face.
Yeah. He goes to the party. He's got some writer friends there. There's one thing I got out of the party.
Yeah.
And it is that our society is worse because we don't have punch bowls with crystal cups that you dunk in to get your punch. Yeah. I understand that the punch is going to dribble everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But I just loved it. It would look so classy. It was beautiful.
They're out here dissolving cough drops in grape juice for some reason. Why?
Okay. Look.
Everybody's doing it.
There's nothing different about that. People are cutting cough syrup with Sprite and vodka and whatever else. Like, that's what all the rappers are doing. You got your, what's the cough syrup called they use? They make a little cocktail with it.
Dimetap?
No. It's a common one. People mix cough syrup with liquor and stuff. They do it.
Yeah, but not. What I'm saying is not people that are not doing drugs.
Uh-huh.
Look, Cody, I never did this weird stuff. I mixed Adderall and liquor, all right? That's what normal people do. That's what sane people do. You pop an Adderall, then you can chug enormous amounts of liquor, and then the Adderall wears off and you think you're gonna die, okay? This is what normal people do. Not doing this crazy stuff where you're mixing cough syrup.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what you do. You don't want to mix two downers. You got to mix uppers and downers so they cancel each other out. That's what smart people do.
That's math right there.
That's why you do Jaeger bombs, Four Locos, and mix stimulants and liquor.
That's where to go. Four Loco knew what they were doing.
I'll tell you what, nothing has ever hit me harder when it comes to alcohol than a Four Loco. Don't. If any of you kids out there thinking, I'll try one, don't. Just don't. It's not worth it. it'll hit you like a freight train from hell. All right. It's the most intense drunk I've ever been in my entire life. It's largely the reason I stopped drinking. Was chugging an entire Four Loko.
It'll either kill you or it'll make you sober.
Yeah. It'll be the best night of your life, but you won't remember it. All right.
When does Joe take his shirt off? I'm trying to remember. Does he do a swim?
Yeah, he's at the pool.
He does a swim.
Yeah.
I was not ready for him to be built. He's like 60s James Bond, hairy chested, like, yeah, he was
Like-
there. Like, not like modern day, oh, I've spent 6 months and I only eat almonds and chicken breast. It was like, no, he's like dad, man body built, old timey strong. I liked it.
Yeah.
Made me happy.
He
It
was,
always
I
makes
would
me
put him
happy.
even as like a halfway between. He's definitely on the like the normal, not a superhero modern day, but like normal kind of guy, shirtless modern day.
Yeah.
Because, it's, back then you'd get like, what's his face? Who is Roger Moore taking his shirt off? Like, I'm jacked. And it's like, Roger, you are not. You are 85 years old.
Yeah.
And you need to get a checkup. All right. Like, there's something wrong with your body here. There's growths and it's weird. And, that he's not there. He's above that.
Oh, yeah. He definitely is. So, okay, we got him shirtless. We talked about the Hollywood shop talk. I mentioned a little bit about all the pop culture references. What percentage would you say you absorbed? Pop culture references?
Oh, I mean, Cody, I absorb every ounce of every movie we watch. You can name any scene from any movie. I could recite it from memory.
I'm saying I understood about 50% of the pop culture. I was like half and half. I was like, all right, I know some of these. I know those words. Were you there, or were you just like, they're just making stuff up? Was it just like the Cimmerillion?
Like what kind of stuff?
They just reference a lot of movies and actors and directors and
I was fairly
plays.
certain when they were like the greats, like anytime they said an actor or director, I was like, those are fake names.
It was like a
Are they real?
1930s baseball lineup where you're like, I don't know who any of these guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
JJ McGillicuddy. You're like, I don't know. You made that up.
Are those all real people? I figured they're just making names up.
I mean, I made up JJ McGillicuddy,
Yeah.
but there were, like I said, I was 50-50. I knew some of the things they were talking about, and some of them I was like, I don't know. It's so funny because I forget how old Hollywood is. Because for me, movies started like in the 50s and 60s. I've seen so few of the 30s and 40s ones. The movies have been going since the 20s. I mean, really, the teens, the aughts or whatever you'd call them.
The aughts code.
The but
aughts.
Hollywood, I feel like proper really began like 20s and then 30s. So this is really based on like, the silent era and then talkies, and we're moving into the color era, and that's like what they're dealing with. Is it the Silver Age, Golden Age, Silver Age? That's all happened and is happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, I've seen so few of those movies. I've
The
seen The Wizard of
silent-
Oz, seen Snow White.
Yeah.
I've seen this. I've seen Casablanca, and I saw that Tale of Two Cities. I feel like those are all the movies from those decades I've seen.
Tale of
like,
Two
I'm
Cities is
lacking.
probably the oldest movie you'll ever see. That movie, I'm always kind of shocked that it's not a silent film because it's like right when they
Right on the
started.
cusp.
Yeah, like it was cool that it wasn't a silent.
Yeah, for sure. Here's the last piece of this movie, right?
Tell
You
me.
got the pop culture, you got the Hollywood shop talk, you got the mid-Atlantic accent, okay?
Yeah.
That old school Norma Desmond, gay Raj kind of talking. It's that thing that like 20 people had for movies and has existed as old-timey speak since. Like when someone's like, what do the 30s and 40s sound like? And they talk like Norma Desmond talks.
Yeah.
And
Give me
I
a
love to
taste.
see it.
Give it to me. Do it. Do it.
Cecil B. DeMille,
Yeah.
the greatest director we've ever seen. And I was their biggest star. It's one of those,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of ahs and ha's and ahs.
It's
and,
sort of like vowels, long vowels that don't exist in the English language, except you have the mid-Atlantic accent.
yeah.
It's so good. I love it.
Yas.
It was great. I just held on to every word she said.
Yeah.
But she was crazy. But here's what's interesting about it.
Was she any more crazy than anybody else in Hollywood, though, Cody?
Oh, don't get me started on the kooks over in Hollywood.
You're from
They got
Hollywood,
some
Cody.
wacky ideas over there.
Yeah.
Okay. So the actress's name is Gloria Swanson, and she basically is Norma Desmond in real life.
Yeah.
Except that, so she was a huge movie star for quite a while. I don't know if she was silent film or not, but earlier she was like a huge movie star. She was the top producing star of Paramount Pictures for 6 years running.
Yeah.
And now she's a little older. She was like, all right, I don't know if it was talkies or not, but she was like, all right, I'm not doing the Hollywood thing anymore. I can see I'm kind of on my way out. I'm going to move to New York. I can do radio stuff. I can do other things. So she moved in some other mediums, but still like stayed around doing stuff. And so when the opportunity for the movie came, she was like, well, that's interesting. She wasn't sure about it. I forget, one of her friends was like, she was kind of upset because she like wanted just the offer to do it. You know how like if you're big actor, you're offer only.
Yeah.
You don't have to audition for anything. It's just, nope, if you want it from the movie, you tell me. If I want to do it, I'll show up. So she was like a little offended, I think, that they didn't just offer it to her. And her friend was like, you go do the audition or I will kill you. Like, you had better go do it. It was obviously a great choice. She was really good. There were a couple of people they considered. She ended up being the person they went for, but she really fit the profile. It was like, oh, you were a huge star when you were younger. Great actress. You're not acting now. And so it was interesting for her to kind of step back into the acting in movies thing.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question about something in her home, in her house, in the building?
We already talked about the Viking bed, okay?
No, this is more than the Viking bed.
Yes.
The pictures, first off, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And they were everywhere.
Yeah. Ask the question.
Okay. When she's sitting there, she's lounging on her little chase lounger thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know how she'd do? There's one above and to the left of her head. The rest of them, they're just headshots. This one, it was interesting because if I can get your attention, if I could do the face for you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
It was her doing a face much like this.
Oh, like a scary chipmunk face.
And it was just there. And it was probably the center of the scene for a very long time. And I was like, really? The rest of these are normal, shot. This one looks like they kind of like they kicked open the door of the bathroom and took a picture real fast.
Let me ask, do you know this fact I'm about to drop on you?
No.
Every photo in the house is a real photo of like a real media shot photo of Gloria Swanson from her heyday. Those are all real pictures used in various magazines and books and posters and whatever. So yeah, I can't tell you who took that picture, but they took it like 20 years before this movie happened and is real. Does that make you happy?
It means Tiffany was right and I'm dumb. And
did you? Okay.
Because she was like, I mean, they take photos like that because she said exactly what you just said. Because she's a theater person. She loves this era. She likes this. She wants to be this person, but she doesn't want to be the crazy person like this. Mm-hmm. But she wants to be as fabulous as this.
Right.
If we could have a home like hers,
yeah,
she would. There's a couch at Nebraska Furniture Mart that looks like it belongs in this house. It's shockingly in the clearance section now because no one wanted it for $4,000. So it's only $1,000. And she's like, I mean, we can fold my desk away and put it in the office. And I was like, no, maybe one day.
Yeah.
It's a very fancy couch. And I was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
You see the couch I have.
Yeah.
We're recording in my home.
Yeah.
With the TV, the famous TV.
Yeah.
And the TV slightly less famous couch. How does my recliner compare to your recliner in your estimation?
How does it work?
How does it compare?
I don't have a recliner. You mean my which one?
Your old one. The one I would sit in, yeah.
The Blackie? I don't know. It's good. I haven't reclined yet. I like the way it sits. The only thing I liked better about my old one is a spreader. It's the kind of thing where you can kind of just melt over the side of it and put your leg up on the side. It's one of those, which I kind of like. And I feel like this one's less of a spreader.
But is that
More of a
also just
sitter.
because the arms are less broken? Because you got yours like use from
Well, mine was
something?
flatter. This one, you have a little bit bigger arms, which is nice because your arms get more support if you like that. So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But I like the spreader. But I mean, this is a nicer chair.
I mean, considering you got yours used for, did you get it from somebody or did you just get it
From a dude.
From a dude? I mean, I think it's safe to say I spent more on mine than yours, so
Yeah,
it should
definitely.
be nicer, but I just wanted to know how you felt about it.
I like it.
I see you rocking,
Yeah.
and it's
Like,
good stuff.
it is good for rocking.
Oh, yeah.
Got that good balance, it's a good height. I approve.
Good.
I think Taylor Swift owes everyone in this movie an apology because she never disclosed to us that she stole the swag. Okay? We all know the Taylor Swift song I'm talking about. Let's just say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. 22.
Oh, okay.
You don't know any Taylor Swift song.
I don't know.
Name the first Taylor. No, do it. Name a Taylor Swift song.
I know 22 because Tiffany plays
No.
it a lot ever since
You?
her 22nd birthday.
Name another one. Do it.
Bad Blood. I know that
Good?
one.
Yes.
Yeah, because that one it was directed by a famous person, right?
I don't know.
The music video.
Spike Jones, maybe? Is that the only one who does music videos anymore? that
I mean,
know
Guy
about?
Ritchie does music videos too.
Yeah. No, those are movies.
No, that's Aladdin.
Okay. Anyway, Norma Desmond's like, 22, what an age to be. And I was like, Taylor Swift stole it. Like, I feel it. That's a great song. 22 is the best age, and it's Taylor Swift's fault because when someone asks, you can sing you can sing it. You don't have to say. You can sing the word 22 in the sentence of when someone asks how old you are, and it's special. It's a special time in your life.
Yeah,
For that reason and no other reason at all.
exactly. Looking up who directed Bad Blood. There's a lot of who is a Bad Blood about.
Oh, it's probably what? Jake Gyllenhaal or which one was it?
No, it's a girl. I remember. It's another female.
Oh,
We'll find out one day.
all right. You
All
work
right,
on
fine.
that.
I'll look it up.
No, you work on the director. I'll do the other part.
Oh, okay. Who directed? Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder did that?
No, because it completed who directed Justice League.
Stop. Swift wrote Bad Blood about an undisclosed female musician.
Beyonce.
Well, that's stupid.
Joseph Kahn.
Some people say it's about Katy Perry,
Oh, okay.
which doesn't make any sense. based
Cody,
on the
look,
description.
we're not here to make sense. We're here to talk about Sunset Boulevard and how Taylor Swift owes Norma Desmond $1 billion.
That's what I'm saying. So, here's the B plot of the movie we never even talked about.
Man.
There's a lady friend in this movie.
I said there was love. A love story.
Her name is
It's not Norma.
Noma.
No. Norma.
Olivandra.
No.
Nancy.
Nancy.
Okay. Nancy Olsen, played by Betty Schaefer. How'd you like their chemistry? So she's an aspiring writer. She works in the industry. Her boyfriend, fiance, lover
Mhm.
is a friend of Joe's. Although she's not afraid to make eyes at Joe the entire movie in front of his face, and that's fine. How'd
Yeah.
it go for you? Did you?
I think the turn they took in the bathroom was sudden and shocking.
It was
Like,
so.
I hate you. I don't want to. Fine, I'll talk shop with you. Let's make out. Leave your boyfriend, w's my best friend.
Because the boyfriend was like, "All right, don't you two go fall in love? I'm still here," and they're like, "We won't." 20 seconds later, they're like, "Oh, right."
Yeah, he's like,
they
I
weren't
hate
even
you.
in the garage. and
I
they were about
He's like, I would never do anything with you. And then it's like the second they entered that bathroom, he's like, so we gonna bang or what?
I know this bathroom doesn't have a door and the shower doesn't have a curtain, but let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's make this happen. Oh man. Yeah, it was all too much. But here's what I liked about their relationship, because they had the worst shop talk of all, where you're just like, you guys are doing too much. This is far too much. You guys are both. It's one of those things where you watch two people shamelessly flirt because they found the weird dorky thing they were both into. And you're like, this is nice for you, but I hate watching it. It was one of those where they were both like, oh, let's all speak in a mid-Atlantic accent and pretend like we're in a film noir and we're taking jabs and flirting with each other. And they did that whole thing for the whole movie.
Yeah.
I was happy for them, but also it's terrible because Joe was either married to or betrothed to Norma Desmond, ? Or Max? I don't know how that works. And Nancy has a soon-to-be fiance.
Yeah, he's just her boy toy, you know?
Yeah.
He's in the husband's suite, but he's not. He's just there, you know? Here's the thing, though. Did he bang this old lady? Does he service this woman? Answer it yes or no, sir.
No, he did not.
She wants it, though.
Separate bedrooms? I don't think she knows how.
She knows.
She's got Max. So
does Max service her?
That's I would say yes. Definitely. That's the weird thing about this. Basically, Joe's there working professionally. Norma Desmond just like more and more gets closer to him, grabs his arm, does whatever, buys him nice things, wants him to stick around. I mean, she's basically just like your husband number 4, but we're not going to get married, I guess. I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird partnership.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Did you at any point when she was being super into Joe and Joe was kind of like, oh gosh, did you at any point look at or say anything to Bailey that made her think you were saying, that's like us? Because I turned to Tiffany and I said, that's like us. And she's like, what? I was like, no.
No, I
take
mean,
it back.
When you've been married as long as me, you know not to make the comment.
I mean, I've been married longer than you.
No, so as long as me.
Oh.
You passed the point.
I passed the point.
If
now
you watched this movie 3 months ago, it would have been perfect. The timing would have been perfect.
Cody, once you're married as long as I have, you're comfortable making those kinds of comments.
No, I didn't make that. But, you know, we've all been there.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
I did describe it as it'd be like me and my wife if I was like 2 notches less into her, like just like you know, like
right,
you know, like you see those couples where you're like you can tell one of them's not that into the other one, but one of them is like obsessed.
Where it's either the beginning and one person's not sure the other person's all in, or it's like right before the end.
Yeah,
where you're like,
kind of like
this
what
person
you
doesn't know what's about to go down.
Like when you and your wife started dating, and she's like, "So we're gonna get married," and you're like, "Let's have a second date first."
Who?
You and your wife, and I was like, you know what? Sure. That was my response to that. You know, look at us. We both got married. I just beat you by 3 months.
You did. You won.
Yeah, I'm a winner.
Okay, so yeah, I did like the little B plot thing with them, and it was just sad. What was sad about it with Joe and Nancy was that they could have been so good for one another if Joe was 5 years younger, or if Nancy wasn't with what's-her-face, or if Norma Desmond wasn't in the picture. And so it's just sad where you're like, oh, it could have been so great and everyone could have been happy. And but instead,
was their age
also wrong
difference a big deal? Because it felt like he was the same age as his friend, right?
I think he's probably a couple years old on the show. The friends seem younger than him.
Yeah.
But like they went back a ways. I think for that time, that wasn't a weird age difference at all. I think for these days, it might be a little more weird, but it wasn't like a huge barrier. I just think he was, you know.
Here's what I think. You know, all these guys out here just makes me sick. You know, they're doing these like, you got like a 22-year-old girl and some like old fart who's like 26, 27. You know,
get out of here.
I'm just really just.
Why are you just calling me out?
I was specifically saying my age. You have
Why are
a
you
larger
calling
age
yourself
gap,
out?
I think. Do you have a bigger?
We've talked about this. I think we have the exact same
Yeah.
age gap. I think Bailey's 2 years older than Tiffany, and I'm 2 years older than you. Right?
Yeah. So we
I
do.
think-
Yeah, we do have the two.
I think it's
exact
right
age
about
gap.
the same. Is it 4 years for you?
I think, yeah, it's like 4.5. So sometimes I'll say 5. But
Ours
yeah.
is 4.
Yeah.
Look
Look
when
at
your
us.
age gap is as big as mine. You'll understand.
Look, we're out here robbing the cradle, Cody. Some might say we're robbing the cradle. I say they're robbing the grave, Cody. That's what I say.
Oh, yeah. No.
We're not
You're
lying.
right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just doing a little math wizardry. William Holden was 30 and 2 years old when this movie was shot. 32. Can you remember that number?
Yep.
3 plus 2 equals 32. So in
In
real
his-
life, there's a 10-year age gap. Nancy Olsen was 28 at the time. Or math is
22.
hard is what you don't know. Maybe she was
She's-
even younger. Hold on.
She's 22.
22.
Yeah. There you go.
So 10-year age gap. We've all been there, right?
Right.
No, because that's illegal. You are not old enough for that age gap to work.
No, I mean, no.
All right, we're gonna have to put this one in the
It
can.
was when I was
We're gonna have to
18.
put this one in
Wait,
the
no.
can. Wait 3 years and then we'll release it. Now we're in trouble.
Pull out the Romeo and Juliet card, just like in Transformers.
Yeah. There's the loophole I keep in my pocket. The statute.
Says I can date
This
minors.
is legal.
Yeah.
Legally, I can date your daughter, specifically in this state.
Yeah. Why do you think I came to America?
Oh man. So it was just a bummer, you know? Nancy and Greg, Joe, Nancy and Joe, they kiss and he has to take her home and be like, look, I'm here. Here's Norma Desmond's house. You get what's going on. Get out of here. I really liked the way he did it. It was very cold,
Yeah.
but it was like tough love. It's like, look, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have got you involved. You go and be happy. I'll never be happy because I like money too much to let myself be happy. So you got to go.
It had a lot of, was it Old Yeller, get out of here. Nobody
Yeah.
wants you
Yeah.
vibes.
Exactly. Yeah. But you know, it was a very mature thing of him. It wasn't very mature of him to sneak off and write the movie with her because I just begging for trouble. But you know, he did the right thing in the end, which was get shot by his wife, who's not his wife.
Not his wife. But also, okay, now since you brought it up, that was not a revolver. She's like, I bought a revolver.
Oh my goodness, I thought
I
the
did it.
exact same thing. She's like, I have a revolver. And then she shows up, she's like, pistol. I was like,
Yeah.
just a normal old.
It's like, that's a James Bond
Let's go
pistol.
let the-
Also, I'm pretty
got a
sure
Walter PPK.
pretty sure it's a different pistol later in the scene.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, what? That was probably, I mean, that was back in the day where that was probably a real gun. And
Oh,
they were
yeah.
probably just like, hopefully there's not real bullets in it. Nowadays, okay, here's the thing. Here's why Hollywood's gotten worse. I know you can have your own opinions about guns and stuff, but this is the thing. I've heard so many stories of them shooting movies or videos or something. Somebody's like, all right, we're going to have a gun and it's going to fire 2 bullets. And people are like, I'm not working on this film. I don't feel safe. And it's like, okay. Your roommate has a gun under his pillow, probably, dude. Chill out. All right, chill out. You know, calm the F down. These
Mhm.
people out here, this guy probably actually got shot for this role, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
They're out here buying revolvers and then showing Walter PPKs, all right?
Yeah.
They stole that from the set of James Bond.
Yeah. They stole that from Ian Fleming's house because he was married to Gloria Swanson, probably.
Yeah.
Or Norma Desmond, whichever one. So she
Also, Max is a bad suicide watch guy. He's like, we took all the locks off because the doctor said she's going to try
she
to kill
is the
herself.
old Gloonies.
And then she's like, I bought a revolver. Okay, Max drives you everywhere. How did you get a gun? Max has took the locks off the doors so you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
kill yourself, but he lets you buy a gun. He's a bad fake husband butler.
He is bad. But also, he's got to spend, 4 hours a day writing fan mail? He doesn't have the time.
How did she
Saw
get
that
out of the
stack of
house
letters?
without him? She doesn't know how to drive.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just know it does.
She out here like
Oh,
Cruella
what? She's
DeVille
got a house that
slamming.
big. You're telling me there isn't a gun hidden somewhere?
I mean, there's probably guns,
She's
but she
had
don't know
3
where they are.
husbands. Max is a maniac. There's a
Look.
gun in that house somewhere.
Max has the kind of bed. Have you seen those bed frames where you push back on it and the rifle falls in your hand? He's got one of those. He's
Yeah.
ready to go. He's ready to put this lady down when she comes for him
As
eventually.
soon as that leg breaks, boom. Got her.
Yeah.
Okay. So Norma Desmond, she's mad. Joe's like, I'm packing my bags, I'm leaving. I'm getting on out of here. Norma's like, I'll buy you anything you want. I'll do, you know, you just stay. What is it? Whatever it takes. He's like, I gotta go. She shoots him. Bang, bang. He falls into the pool. Full circle. Now here's the thing. The detectives show up. Okay? And they're asking all the questions. And they're doing, I would say, far too much. They're doing the most. They're like, did you shoot him because you were upset about the laundry? Did you perhaps ride into town and buy a gun yesterday? Did you do, you know, they just kept asking more and more questions. They were like, do you like Wildberry Pop-Tarts? Like, was it possibly because you took the wrong medication? And they just keep asking questions, like not letting her speak at all. It's like, they're all taking turns just firing away questions. Like, this is not how detective work works. Someone didn't answer your first question. You don't ask 7 more.
Yeah. Or you do. Also, why did they let the one weird old-timey sounding reporter in when they kept all the others out?
No.
Take this. Don't even rewrite it. Just take it to it down. The sun rises over the meadow, the meadow house. It's like, who let her up here? Get her out of here.
Yeah.
She is 7 feet from a murderer calling the news station about this murder. Get her out of here.
I did like the big scene at the end is where she's like, all right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up, whatever. She does the scene. Max gives her sort of the direction. They're like, this is the best way to get out of the house, I guess. So she descends the staircase, does the thing. They take her away, and she looks right into the camera. She's got her crazy face, the tortured star. I like that they broke the fourth wall. That was another thing where you're like, oh, they're doing the pop culture references. They're foreshadowing the beginning from the end. They're breaking the fourth wall. They're looking right at the audience. She talks right to the audience. I thought that part was really cool.
Yeah.
I think maybe this is another one of those movies. Like, I think the back half is really strong, and the first half was like good. But I think as a whole, it didn't come off super strong for me. But I did like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got some fun facts for you.
Give them to me.
The movie quote, all right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. It's voted number 4 for most memorable movie quotes.
What?
There was also another one, like the rated number 20, but I forgot what it was. And that's fine because it's not in the top 5, so we don't care about it.
Oh, okay.
I told you the director, Billy Wilder, just shoot like a normal monkey funeral scene. That's cool. So the director in the Cecil B. DeMille is the director. She goes and she's like, hey, you saw my screenplay. We're going to make the movie, blah, blah, blah. Does the whole thing. He's a real director. His name is Cecil B. DeMille. So it's just a cameo that he does, which is pretty cool. Would you like to guess his fee for appearing, his payment?
I would guess $35 and a monkey carcass.
You're close. $10,000 plus a brand new Cadillac. That was his fee. They had to shoot a couple close-ups as pickups later on. He was like, great, I would like another $10,000. And he got it, which is fun. They were actually on a real movie set when they did it, too. That's the set of Samson and Delilah. So he was actually making a movie. They're like, if we gave you $10,000 and a Cadillac, could we come and shoot like a 2-minute scene on the set? And he was like, all right, fair enough. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Told you about the really cool mirrors shot scene.
Oh, it was real cool. Tiffany was, she felt, the mirror when she was like putting herself back together, pulling her things off. And she's like, I'm fine now. Can I come in the room before he's packing?
Uh-huh.
She was really critiquing that mirror. She's like, it needs less frame or more mirror.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Because at the angle was like 6 feet of frame
Yeah.
and about 4 inches of mirror.
It's mostly mirror. You're buying the mirror for the frame. When you got that kind of money,
Yeah.
you're really investing in a frame. You can put whatever you want in the frame. Could be a mirror. Could be a little painting. Could be a photograph of yourself making a chipmunk face.
Could be a monkey.
Could be a monkey. Like, I get what you're saying. I get it.
Yeah.
This movie is ranked IMDb top 250. It's number 60,
Oh.
which, I don't know. Classic movie, beloved token. But I could think of 60, I could think of 60 plus movies I would put in my list of like greatest films of all time. For me.
Yeah.
For me, they get my juices going. But it's a good one. The Rotten Tomatoes is very strong. It's too strong. Would you want to guess it? Or do you want me to just tell
Isn't it 99%?
99 tomato meter, 95 audience score. I mean, yeah. I think it's one of those kind of like Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
From what I've heard about Citizen Kane, I think this is probably better. It's one of
Citizen
those where
Kane's
you're like,
not good.
this really advanced the form,
Yeah.
informed a lot of things.
Citizen Kane's a lot older, though, isn't it?
Citizen Kane would be 30s or early 40s. This is probably Citizen Kane's like 8 to 10 years before this, I would say.
Why is it so bad nowadays?
What?
Why is it so bad then?
Citizen Kane?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was 1941. Did you hear about Citizen Kane?
Look, I've heard that Citizen Kane is a movie that all the film students who haven't seen it love it. Go on IMDb, give it 100%. And everybody who sees it, it's like, that sucked. That's what I've heard.
I may have shared this, but it lost its 100% on Tomato Meter. They found an old review from like back in the day when it came out that was never like aggregated. They're like, oh, we'll throw this in there. And it was a negative review. So It went from 100% to a 99% on Tomato Meter. Isn't that crazy?
So now there's one less 100% movie on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, there were only like 10 to begin with. We just lost one. Pour some out for Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Pour it out on Orson Welles' grave and then spit on it. Because that's basically what we're saying here. We're like, oh yeah, this guy 80 years ago didn't like your movie. I don't care how universally revered it is. I don't care that there's only like 6 perfect movies on Rotten Tomatoes. Screw you, Orson Welles.
Look,
I don't know who did it. I don't know what enemy he made that cares 80 years later about ruining his legacy, but they did it.
my favorite
They're like,
reference to that
this
movie
has never had a bad review. We found it. It's been 80 years. We found one and we put it on in the system. It's like the people that troll that whatever, when movies get released and people are like, let's spam it with bad reviews and tank the score or whatever. It's like that. But the man is dead. And the movie is 80 years old.
Look, they got integrity over at Rotten Tomatoes. All right. Here's the thing. My favorite reference to that movie is in, we all know it, the classic film, say it with me, Over the
Family
Hedge.
Guy. Oh, okay.
Okay, there's a possum. He's playing dead. He's being real dramatic about his death scene.
Yeah.
And as he's falling for the last time, he says, Rosebud. And then he dead. All right.
Uh-huh.
And that's my favorite reference.
That is a good one. Yeah.
It's just him. Actually, I think he reenacts the entirety of one of the death scenes or something in that movie, and then ends it with Rosebud, which I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite.
That's a
it's
good one.
the dumbest place for that to be. So good.
Love it.
Also,
This movie?
you ever want to be mad? Look up the voice cast for Over the Hedge and then watch a trailer for it. Because it's not a great movie. There's a lot of famous people in that voice cast.
Yeah. Steve Carell's in it. I know that.
Yeah.
This movie, nominated for 11 Oscars.
Yeah.
Won 3.
Oh, but
You
not
ready?
4.
What?
Not 4. Didn't the one before this win 4? Didn't it say that in the trailer?
What did we want? What?
No,
The
go
one
ahead.
before it. The one before.
No, keep going.
All right. It won Best Screenplay, Best Art Direction, Best Music. Nominated for Actor, Actress, Supporting Role for 2 people. I think it was Max and Nancy.
Yes.
Best Director, Cinematography, Film Editing, and Best Picture.
Right.
So basically all the awards, except for like, what, costume? I don't even know if costume was one back then. They had different categories. So it's an absolute clap. People were very upset because it didn't. Because it didn't win Best Actress. People were really mad. It got snubbed, people thought, because it got edged out by someone else's performance. But
nobody even cares who the other one was.
yeah.
The other one probably sucks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Sunset Boulevard. I see it.
I'm pulling up.
Are you telling me that I did my math wrong? Are you challenging my math?
No, I'm just saying there in the trailer it mentioned from the people that brought you. Oh no. Look, Cody, when I mute it and it doesn't mute, it scares the crap out of me.
Oh, yeah.
All right. But it's muted now.
So you watched the trailer to this? Is that what you're telling me?
Are you telling me you didn't?
No.
Who made The Lost Weekend?
Oh, winner of 4 Academy
Awards.
Awards.
4 Academy Awards, you fool. Oh,
Billy Wilder. You failed. You went from 4 Academy Awards to 3 Academy Awards? Quit your career.
What a loser.
Something Like It Hot never should have been made. Neither Sabrina nor the other one. Oh, there's that lady.
Yeah, I know. I thought she was going to be a better.
How's she in the trailer?
I thought she was going to be a much bigger
She's
part.
in the movie for 30 seconds.
This is the entirety of her scene right here.
That's it.
And then this is not in the
All
movie.
the printing stuff.
It shows
Norma Desmond.
Norma Desmond. She died, but she didn't die. He died. She didn't. There he is.
He's typing. That's the beginning. It's at the start.
Look, there's a lot of smoking.
Oh, there's the punch bowl. I miss it. Oh, he's about to betray his best friend.
Oh, yeah.
There they are. Oh, there they are. Is that the scene? That's the kiss scene. Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah. Look at her. This is when they're saying, and up and come on, this person.
Introducing.
And did you watch the trailer?
No.
It's that voice that's
I
over
mean,
the trailer.
I can do the trailer right now.
It's like, in the greatest role ever, it's Norma
Cecil B.
Desmond.
DeMille appears.
That's like,
Coffee is made.
here's the thing.
Hats are worn.
They might actually say this. Not gonna lie.
Couches are reclined upon. Betrayals are had.
Yeah. And she does the slap, and it's a good time. I cannot believe you didn't watch the trailer for this, Cody.
William Holden as Joe Gillis. Gloria Swanson as Norma Desmond.
Exactly what they say.
I can do this all day.
Word for word.
Oh, the stupid cigarette holder. Love it. It's like a ring on your finger that holds your cigarette for you.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
Watch it. Wait, here's a smack. So you're going to slap him.
Faces will be smacked.
And slap. She really slapped
That's
him.
a good one. Yeah, that's not a stage slap. There's no head turning. There's no cutting.
Yeah, which I think it shocked him, and he didn't react in time.
That's what good actors do. They practice the fake slap, and in the scene, they just get you. That's how you do it.
This is when they do. And up and come on, this person.
And Beth Schaefer introducing herself as Nancy Olson. There you go. I did it.
Yeah. Did she go on to do anything big? Because they really made it sound
This was her biggest role, and this is one she was nominated for. But she's in Pollyanna. She's in Airport 1975.
I
She's
didn't know about the
so
Pollyanna
big.
thing. Here's the thing. I showed Tiffany this trailer, and she's like, I recognize her. She's in Pollyanna.
Yeah.
And I was like, here's the thing. Tiffany,
She did some other Disney ones. She did Absent-Minded Professor.
Tiffany's in the other room.
Yeah.
She knows this. She's hopefully not going to be mad at me for saying this. Tiffany, she's an old lady and a young woman at the same time.
Yeah.
She has seen the same movies that my grandparents have seen. She loves them. Oh, look, there it is. Available from Paramount.
Oh,
Copyright
huh.
2012. That means technically we're fine now, right? It hasn't been copyrighted since 2012, so we can steal this movie and sell it.
Nah. Yeah, okay.
That's how it works?
I mean, if you say it, I believe it.
They call him a hack screenwriter.
Yeah, he's a hack. I mean, he basically calls himself a hack, doesn't he, in the beginning?
Yeah, but that's more because he's taking advantage of Norma. Sweet, sweet Norma.
Oh, yeah. Norma didn't do anything to nobody except for the other 2 husbands she killed.
Yeah, this is a horror movie, let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could edit this existing movie into a 70-minute horror film.
Yeah,
Easy.
that's true. I liked it. I mean, her performance was great because in the beginning she's so fabulous and eccentric, and it just gets worse and worse. We're like, oh, yeah, nope, she's gonna do it. I think that's what, I think I said earlier, but that's what people liked about the movie so much is they're like, oh, they tell you at the beginning this dude will die,
Yeah.
and then he's narrating the movie just like, here's how I did this, and I was going about, and I had all these problems, and you're like, oh no, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen to him. It's gonna get done to him.
How did he narrate it if he was dead?
That's why it won so many Academy Awards. So I don't know. I can't say I wouldn't recommend it. I mean,
I'd say if you like the black and white movie, because like I really like the Tale of Two Cities, you know, so I like this. But I think if you've tried to watch them before and you're like, ugh, it's not going to be the one.
If you're interested in old noir and film history or anything like that, sure. I wouldn't say like to the average popcorn movie person, like, you know what would really like tickle your giblets?
Yeah. Oh,
A movie with zero explosions and mid-Atlantic accents.
Yeah.
So,
you get to experience the screensaver.
oh, fireworks. I mean, it's not fireworks, it's exploding dots.
Yeah.
But it's good.
It's almost as good as Sunset Boulevard.
Almost good. I did like it.
Watch it on a $2,000 OLED TV.
Okay.
It'll really enhance the experience.
Oh, yeah. I did think about that. I was like watching it. I was like, this is old. I don't need what I'm watching this on for it.
I felt like
Full screen.
I don't know how yours handled. I definitely feel like it. Just having the nicer TV made it easier to. I was like, this would be hard to make out without like the nice TV that can differentiate the blacks and whites.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Tiffany does want to have a like a theater setup kind of like that in our house one day, where you like pull up a painting and it's a screen, but she wants to just put like a TV behind it or something because we want to have a library in our house one day.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So that's something we now have forever as a goal. So
yeah. You've got your theater, library, painting, hidden thing, and I've got Viking boat bed.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm winning.
I mean, we all took something from it. One of us, I mean, I think it's more likely that I'll get my thing before you get your thing if I'm being real.
I will burn your library to the ground if you get it before Viking boat bed.
What if I get a Viking boat bed in the library with the projector thing?
I mean, it's definitely going to be a stolen identity murder situation. It's like, no, I am Tyler Bergstrom. Listen to my podcast. It's so cool how I do both the voices. It's always been this way.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Letter grade. I just want to ask you, letter grade. What would you give this movie?
For this movie?
Yeah.
I'd give it a C+.
Just plus. Okay. I'll give it a B-. I would say, like, for the day, if I was watching this in 1950, I'd give it an A.
Oh, yeah.
I think. But today and now, B-. Worth a watch. Pinion Havers 2021.
Yeah.
Time stamped it.
Well.
Is there anything else to say? Did I miss anything?
I mean, we definitely can't forget again to pick the next of your films.
I'm so ready.
Okay, here, hold on. You vamp. I wasn't ready.
No, take your time.
I'm ready, but I'm not ready.
I'm excited to rework it, but there's some good ones. And the suspense is killing me. That's where I'm at. You'll be pleased to know Nancy Olsen is dead. She died in 2009. No. Her spouse died in 2009. Hold up. Maybe I said that wrong. You don't die when your spouse dies. You die when you die. Because it said her marriage ended. Oh, no. She was born in 1928. Is she alive still? Oh, I'm so sorry. I think she's alive.
Oh, no, you fool. So I brought it up on the TV, Cody.
All right, tell me about it.
No, the device.
The device. Divine the film. On the waterfront. Keeping it OG. Did you know Marlon Brando was considered for the lead role of this one? But they were like, nobody knows who that man is. Then they couldn't get a well-known actor anyway, and they still went with the guy they had, which is fine.
Yeah, but
All
not
right.
Marlon Brando.
On the Waterfront. This is like the definitive Marlon Brando film, except for The Godfather. Like before The Godfather, he was known for On the Waterfront.
Oh,
So we're here. We're gonna do it. I'm so excited to learn more trivia facts about how crazy Marlon Brando is to work with.
yeah. And how he's supposed to do a thing, and then he's like, I didn't do that. You're supposed to learn about water. Didn't, though. That's what it's going to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
We'll
Like
do
I've
it.
never seen water before. What are we doing here?
We'll do it. We'll do it together.
Wow. Well, thank you for listening. You can share us with your friends, with your family, with your butler husband,
Yeah.
whoever you please, wherever you find podcasts.
Yeah.
If you want to yell at me, you can do it on Twitter at Opinion Havers, on Instagram at Opinion Havers, or on Facebook at Opinion Havers. We're there. We're here. We have memes now, so we can't be stopped.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for listening. Until next time, watch movies.
And have opinions.
Have you tried Trader Joe's white corn restaurant style tortilla chips?
No.
They're superior to every other tortilla chip.
Are they
They're thicker, they're structurally sound, they're crunchier, and they're saltier.
But what if I want thinner chips?
Go to Chili's.
So they're not superior to Chili's. Because when you're here, you're family.